What's up, everybody? It's your boy Pain, because everybody shall know Pain. And we have the brand new Chinese ninja sorceress Shion. She's going to be the support. So let's break it down, check her out, and see what she's about. So first off, for her talent, we have greatly increased agility and chakra. Naturally has 90% speed, 50% damage rate, and 70% avoid injury rate. When this ninja is in battle, increase all allies' speed by 115% and HP by 30%. All allies receive 15%, 20%, 25% less S-block damage, Vanguard Assaulter support, and reduce S-crit damage received by 5%, 10%, and 15%. Vanguard Assaulter and support. Reduce enemies' defense and damage rate by 30%. Every 10% HP loss, reduce final damage taken for all allies except herself by 5% and increase 10% defense. After being attacked, recover all allies' HP by 50%. Immune to Wind Bind, Blind, and Death Seed. So her talent is very interesting. So first off, speed increase. It's always nice to have. Same go for the HP. That's kind of, well, I wouldn't say standard. Speed standard. HP, it's kind of, not all new supports will have that, but it's good to have that if you want to build a tanky team. But then you get to a little bit different. She's able to counter, or at least she starts to counter Gurren with her S block, and I want to say Sasuke with S crits. I could be, I think Sasuke has that. I think Sasuke has it. I want to say someone else does have that, but she's able to slowly start, with her on your team, you're able to try to somewhat counter Gurren and Sasuke respectively with the S block and the S crit. The S block is definitely dangerous because it sends the same amount of damage right back at you. So that's one thing that you gotta try to work with and work around. So so I like that because it's very unique in its own right. Then you get to the reduce enemies' defenses and damage rate. That's fine. I like to have that. Helps both ends, PvP and PvE. And then as she slowly loses HP, everybody else starts taking less damage and defense. That's pretty good. That's actually pretty good. So your team would overall start taking less damage as she gets weaker. And then last but not least, Pain has the same thing. When she's hit, everybody heals. And then the Wind Bind, Blind, and Death Seed. Wind Bind, because as you can see right there in the skill, she has that. Tamari has it. Blind, obviously not all off the top of my head. I don't know who all has it, but those two CCs are uncleansable, so it's good that she has it at least. Overall, I like her talent. It's a good way to make your team tankier with the HP boost, and then as she loses HP, everybody else gets tankier. I like that. And then with the S block and the S crit, both of those two things only work in PvP. But hey, she has a really good talent. So it'll take kind of the right ninjas to kind of work with that. And yeah. So for a skill, attack all enemies with a growth rate of 250%. 100% chance to wind bind all enemies for 2 rounds. Dispel enemy supports buffs. Increase Vanguard's damage rate by 50% and all allies avoid injury rate by 30% for 2 rounds. Reduce punch rate and CC chance of enemy support and support by enemies. Assaulter and support by 30% for 2 rounds. She gets 68 fury and everybody else gets 30. Okay, so growth rate pretty low, but that's okay. When she's reincarnated, it goes up to at least I want to say 310%, maybe a little bit more. So you got that. The uncleansable Wind Bind, 100%. I like that. The taking away enemy supports buffs. The supports is a dangerous, as you guys know, is a dangerous formation or dangerous position in the game. So being able to at least try to go. That's the thing is trying to make that work. Is you'll need her to go last, or Well, yeah, because then you will want to try to snatch away your opponent's buffs. But then you combine it with pain. You have two ninjas that can remove, because pain removes, I think, everybody's buffs or just enemy support buffs. I don't know it's I know it's either or. So pair that. So when you pair those two up, you don't have to worry about being slower in some cases, because you'll probably have her being the first, your fastest, and then if you have pain, he'll be the second. So then if pain can live, which I know he probably would, depending on how you're able to stack them up. But if he's able to live, not get CC'd, and then skill, then you don't have to worry about your enemy supports having buffs after he attacks, or at least after they attack and then he attacks, depending on, again, speed. But it's a good way it will be a good way to pair those two up, especially with her talent with the HP. When she gets hit, everybody heals. Pain gets hit, everybody heals, and then you can, a lot of things you can stack on top of that to make their healing even higher. So it's a lot of potential you can do with that. But to continue, increase Vanguard's damage rate by 50%. I like that. Void rate, I like that. Again, making my team tankier. Punch rate and CC chance, I like that as well. Punch rate is kind of, I always look at it as kind of here and there, but I know with Pain and his punch rate, that's going to be that's annoying because 100%. So she comes in and brings that down to 70%, so it's not as much annoying. So she's able to counter that a little bit, and then that's pretty much it. So she's actually not bad at all. Just pairing up, the way I look at it is pairing her up with Pain, just because of her talent, and then the skill kind of, I feel like I would say goes pretty well with him. But yeah, I could be wrong. But I mean, at least I know what Pain, a little bit what I know what Pain does. Well, actually, off the top of my head, what he does, and then how that would go well with her, and then whoever else you want to pair up as your Vanguard and Assaulter to make a really good kind of balanced team. But yeah, I like that she does kind of I like that she's able to make your team tankier, and then you could probably, if you do combine that with Pain and his healing and all the other stuff, your team's gonna be tough to kill. Most definitely, because Pain's talent is, when he's hit, depending on the HP to attack ratio, is either your Vanguard defenses go up, or the avoid rate goes up. So with those two, they could be a tough combo to deal with. But that is pretty much it. I rambled on enough. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. I'll catch you guys later.